You going for a jog, Tim? My name is Laura Rishworth. I am a Baha'i. I'm a Baha'i youth. I've been a Baha'i my whole life. I grew up in a Baha'i family, so both my parents are Baha'is.
Well, starting with Laura the eldest, she's 21, going on 22, very soon actually. And she's been involved in surfing since she was, gosh, about 5 years old. She's boogie boarding.
Boogie boarding since she was 5. 9 was when you first got her first board for her when she was 9.
We launched her into the rocks, which we'll go into. And then Cameron, our middle boy, he's 19 going on 20, and he's up in Auckland University and enjoying life up there. And young Tim, who's 9 going on 10, who lives with us. Yeah, so that's who we are parents of.
I'm Luke Gibson. I'm 20 years old. I'm in my last year of university at Auckland University. I study geography and environmental science in a Bachelor of Science. I play inline hockey. It's one of my hobbies, interests. I'm a Baha'i, and I also run a junior youth group. And that sort of teaches moral empowerment and teaches them about virtues and spiritual qualities, and also gets them to get involved in their community. And so we do service projects in that community, in that immediate area of the junior youth group.
The junior youth group consists of children aged 11 to 15 and teaches virtues, spiritual empowerment, and respect for their community.
Hi, my name is Michael. I'm 12 years old and I live here in Auckland. I like service because it makes me feel like I'm doing something for the world. I'm adding a little bit of me into what I do to make the world better.
And we do that to sort of make a community bond, try and bring communities closer together as we realise this is important in this day and age.
The surf is, to be honest, it's just completely useless today. For as long as I can remember, I've been in the water. Like, I've just had a love for the ocean. Living in New Zealand, you're surrounded by the water and by the ocean, and so it's so easy to be living close to the beach. And most of the places we've lived really close to the ocean. And I guess my dad, being a keen surfer himself, that was like a major influence for me to get involved in surfing. Another contest that has stood out for me, or that I've been able to be a part of, is the World Surfing Games, and that's where I've been actually able to represent my country and represent New Zealand and go over and compete against 30 odd different countries from around the world. So they've been awesome contests to compete in. And last year I went to Peru and competed over there in Peru, and I placed 9th, and so I was really stoked. At the moment I'm running 2 junior youth groups. One of the junior youth groups it's an older sort of group. It's been going for, I think, about 1 or 2 years. Those kids have come up from being a children's class. The group ranges from about 12 to 14 years old. That group's been awesome. I've been running it since, I think, November last year. We have a lot of fun with them. It's just been really awesome to get to know all the kids, and it's partly, I think, because of this junior youth program that they've been getting involved in, that I've seen them starting to build in their confidence.
My JY junior youth, most of them are situated out Henderson, Waitakere way, and they've been involved in what's called the Twin Streams project, and that's where they go and they replant the stream that's out those ways that doesn't have much native planting around it. And so we've done about 4 weekends or 4 Saturdays of planting native shrubs along the banks, just to revitalise the native population and start new ecosystems. Once I found inline hockey, it was a winter and a summer sport, so that meant one sport, and I could play it all year round, and I really enjoyed it. And I wasn't like I was the worst on the team, so that was great. About 3 years ago I started playing ice hockey, but I stopped playing that this year so I could focus more on my 3rd year of uni. It's my last year, so thought I'd better do that. It's quite a niche sport, not a big community around it. It's a struggle to try and get that balance between you know, recreation and you're doing your religious sort of activities and your university work. But I've sort of found it's quite easy to me. I just designate sort of different days and make sure I'm getting, you know, the right amount of work done for uni. But you know, you've got to set your priorities. Usually it's university at the moment because it's my 3rd year, and then probably doing my Baha'i junior youth group, and then it's, you know, sport. You know, so I'm able to do all those things.
Drawing on the power of the word. I'm Rebecca, I'm 11 years old, and I like the activities in junior youth group.
Walking the straight path. We went over to Waitakere and we planted some trees around, and we also helped taking weeds out of the ground to make the area look cleaner and nicer.
Yeah, I think that the junior youth group is particularly important for this age group of kids because they're within that sort of awkward age bracket, I guess you could say, from moving out of childhood, but they're not quite fully realised like adults or older teenagers. And so it's within this period of time where there's quite a lot of emotional, a lot of physical change going on in their lives, and also where they're trying to figure out for themselves, I guess, who they are, what they're about, what they believe in, and things like that. And so it's a time of lots of ups and downs, and at school it's kind of, I think, an awkward sort of time as well, where there's a lot of peer pressure that they have to deal with, you know, the likes of, you know, kids wanting to experiment with drugs and alcohol and getting more sexually involved and things like that. So there's a lot of different things going on in that time period, and the junior youth group is quite key in terms of helping them to get through that stage, because it allows a place where they are able to feel confident and comfortable and safe and can discuss some of these issues that they may be facing. They can talk to the group, talk to us as animators, as older people who may have already gone through that age group, and we're there other than mum or dad, you know. We're there for them, and also for some of their friends at school. They might not feel so comfortable to come and talk to about these issues, because sometimes even within your own group of friends at school, it's that group that you're having problems with. So I think that's one of the beauties of the junior youth group, is that it's there specifically to help kids deal with this emotional, changeable time in their life.
Well, my favourite thing about youth group is learning virtues and mostly the lollies.
Cool. Well, what's some of your favourite stuff?
My favourite thing is doing the craft.
You like doing the craft stuff that we do? Cool.
It's all about community building and trying to teach, or trying to like impart knowledge and just being role models and stuff to these kids, because the age between 11 and 14 is a real vital age. You know, they're taking in their surroundings, they're really developing who they are. And so we recognise this, and we want to give these kids a good sort of outlook on life and try and focus on the positive. There's a lot of negativity we see in the media, and it's just sort of all surrounding us and our lives.
These are going to be celebrities. Okay, I'm going to zoom in on Luke then. Oh, dig that hole. Oh, good job, man. That's pretty good.
So the books we start out with, they're in a sequence. That's to do with comprehension, difficulty, and spiritual qualities and virtues we look at sort of add on to each other. So it starts from quite basic, and it leads up to quite complex spiritual challenges that people might have, sort of like problems, peer pressure, yeah, and it's age appropriate. So, you know, 11-year-olds are experiencing different things at school than 14-year-olds are, due to, you know, being an intermediate in college, you know, totally different environments. So there is a sequence, and we try and get the junior youth to do all those books through the sequence.
Ye were created to show love to one another.
You're looking at books called Breezes of Confirmation, which is looking specifically, or looking at the concepts of confirmation in God, and how we can have reliance and trust and put our trust in God.